Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beans. We forgot to shut our door. Can you shut that really quickly, Dan? Uh-oh. The studio is exposed.
Hold on
it
a
is
second.
Okay, Dan's gonna.
You
We're
could,
all
you could still go.
plugged in with wires. Thank you. Sorry about that. It is episode 28. We're noobs. We have a very special guest today. I'm Shelley Van. This is my co-host Dan. And behind the scenes, we've got the man who created our custom backdrops, and he's now launching an NFT project. And so we've got him here to talk about it. Let's everybody give a warm welcome to the one and only Stoney.
Hey, thank you guys. It's an honor to be on here.
Thank you so much. I know it's early for you on the West Coast. Appreciate you being here. And shout out to everybody who is here already. I see Gary, Jay Horizon, Jose, Clean, Crudy, Mac Yank, Rami, Ruvanchi, Sale, Wanderer, Apsy, Bebs, Beloved Summer, Crypto4, Retire, Crypto Priest. Please make sure you comment in the chat, whether you're viewing on YouTube or X. Make sure you're responding in the actual live stream, not just on the tweet. We're also going to do giveaways a little differently today. We will be using our fancy wheel, but we're also going to do a Twitter giveaway specifically for this episode. So please go retweet our pinned tweet, follow Stoney on X, follow tastycrypto, and I will be giving away some big prizes for people who win on that one. So make sure you pay attention on that. Here, I'll show everybody this one, the pinned tweet. And so we can run a couple of quick giveaways to get things going. Let's get this wheel refreshed. Do we have everybody here? All right, let's do a quick one. This will be for $1 in USDC. Sarth, congrats. If you're not already in our Discord, jump in. We've got a form for you to fill out so that we can collect all your wallet info to give you your prizes. So let's jump in. Stoney, will you please introduce yourself to the Beans fam?
Oh, sorry, you caught me trying to retweet the thing. Here we go. I'm just gonna do it. Okay. My name's Stoney. I'm Stoney Studios, and I'm an artist, a musician, a producer. I do videos and digital art and stencil art and really anything creative that catches my eye or my fancy at the time. I tend to kind of dabble in a little bit of everything, but I guess my main thing would be I'm a guitar player and a father first, and whatever else comes after that.
Happy belated Father's Day.
Thank you.
So, oh my gosh, sorry. I told you behind the scenes. I'm like, I think I have to burp. There it was. So, you've built across multiple creative lanes. You've just mentioned music, visual art, virtual spaces. How do you decide which medium to lead with when telling a new story?
I mean, it's kind of whatever speaks to the message that I'm trying to say at the time, I guess. And as I was saying before, kind of whatever rabbit hole I'm going down that week. I'm constantly, I'll go super hard on producing and then take a break from that and kind of re-get my creative juices for doing that by going and doing some stencil art or going over and doing some video production or, I think it's always been healthy for me to have multiple outputs, because as anybody who's a creative knows, you kind of can get to a point where you're not necessarily burned out, but you're just, you reach like a wall where you're not motivated or you need new ideas. And when you go off into another medium, I think it sparks ideas to come back to with music or art or whatever you're going to and from.
I think that's such a good point, because that's been the heart. I've created NFT projects. I've kind of been in that side of the space, and I feel like when you add the creative element to just the hyper speculative, like 24/7 nature of crypto, it becomes so hard to like not get burnt out or stay motivated. So I get bored easily, or you get bored easily, and you have to kind of like find a new spark somewhere, because it's so hard to keep up, right? Like one week it's something, the next week it's another thing, and you just like get whiplashed, and it becomes almost just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. These people, like, that's the negative side of the space, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. Web3 in general moves super fast, and like if you're gone for a week from the space, you come back and you don't know what time it is at all. You're like, all kinds of stuff has happened and changed, and so yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So Jose has a question. He said, how did the idea of the Tasty Wall come about? So we commissioned our backdrops from Stoney, but Stoney, can you talk about your art process?
I mean, I'm heavily influenced by just the whole street art culture, and I go into everything super open-minded and not like with a predisposed like idea of how something should be, and kind of let it organically just form. And I'm the same way when I'm making a song. I just put something down, and even if that something I put down doesn't make it to the final product, it steered maybe the second or third thing that really solidified the idea. So I just try to organically let it happen for sure.
Love that. Get into the flow state and just let the energy do its thing.
Yeah.
These are absolutely wonderful.
I had a blast doing those. Like I've always really loved that look of a wall that's just like been there for years, and had all kinds of artists in different styles and colors. And one guy has this color paint can this day, so that's on there, and somebody else shows up a month later and that's faded and they have this color. I just love that like organic look of just layering and different styles, so that's what I tried to bring to those. It was like that just cool wall you see.
You've done some traveling in your musician days. Where have you seen the best graffiti in real life?
I mean, it's hard to beat downtown LA, New York's got its thing, really everywhere. I like what's going on over in Europe a lot. I think Europe has been super pushing the vibe and just the culture super hard. They took it and ran with it, and they got some great artists over there. So it's cool to see the styles differ from region to region,
I'm curious about like how you found yourself in NFTs. Like, how did you get crypto pilled? How did you like get NFT pilled? What's that story like?
Well, I mean, I've always been interested in crypto, I guess. I seen a very early documentary of this guy who traveled across the United States using only Bitcoin, and probably like, I don't know, when Bitcoin was like $1, I think, so way back then. And it super piqued my interest then, but I was too busy just running around being a rock star to like ever take my mind or my eyes off just being on tour and playing in bands. So when the whole lockdown thing happened, my bass player who I played with for many, many years, he was kind of dabbling in crypto, and he called me one day and he's like, dude, you need to start putting some NFTs out, and you need to start seeing about like performing or checking out the metaverse. And so he kind of like kicked me in the butt, and that's all it took. That night I went on YouTube and started watching videos and started reading Reddit articles and kind of just went down the rabbit hole. Like it's weird how life is like that. One tiny thing can completely change the trajectory of what you're doing and where you're going.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. that was kind of like, I never was thinking about doing NFTs until I met someone that was like trading CryptoPunks, and I was like, oh, okay, this kind of merges what I like, trading, markets, stuff like that, with creativity. We were making great content. It was fun to do. It wasn't just like a number on a screen. It was very like, it was lively. You were talking to people. People wanted to collect them. It was just fun. It was fun to work with creatives. And to your point, I never thought I'd be doing it. I never thought I would launch a project or, be into collecting digital art. So
how would we? They didn't exist until
yeah,
they did.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I think that's also kind of the thing that solidified it and really made me be in this space, was the melding of like art and music and that whole thing, also with the crypto. I think that's what was exciting and drew me to it more than if it was just trading coins or something like that.
Right. I mean, I think that there's a way larger, there's an argument to be made that there's a way larger market out there for NFTs, digital collectibles, digital consumables, wearables, music, whatever you want to call it, like the ability to own these assets on chain versus like just trading a coin or just trading meme coins. Like I do think like the content, social media, creative IP space that Web3 unlocks there's an argument to be made that that's a way larger market than just like the financialization of things. So
For sure. I 100% agree with that, definitely.
And I do think, as many people that get onboarded through trading a meme coin or tokens or whatever, or speculative price discovery, there's probably a large amount that get onboarded through Azora, through collecting an NFT, through sound.xyz. I mean, there's so many creators out there online that, maybe they're posting on Instagram or TikTok, and, all of a sudden there's this new avenue to, earn from your creations. Like, I don't know. I've never made money off of like a YouTube or like a Twitter, but I know that it's very low. Like, it's not like you get a lot from,
right.
Yeah. So the fact you can go on Zora and, post consistently and have a coin minted for it, and there's like people can collect it, you can make money off of it, you own basically your work. I think that's kind of the basis of this is
creator economy.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
on that, let's jump to our word of the week.
Okay.
And Stoney, I think you'll appreciate the word. It's utility. Dan, you want to give it a good read?
Yes. So the functional value or practical use of a token, NFT, or digital asset beyond speculation. In Web3, utility often refers to the benefits or features that an asset provides, such as access to events, governance rights, staking rewards, or an in-game perk. So, yeah.
When like NFT season
that was a
happens.
buzzword, though.
Ooh, that was a huge buzzword. What's the utility? What's the utility?
Yeah.
Some of them didn't have any. It was just like, this is a photo, and that's all you're going to get, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
But then after the PFP craze kind of fizzled, it was like, no, I want something with utility, meaning like, what am I going to get for it?
But I think, I think that there's like another version of that where they think like economic utility or like whatever it might be, where it's just, I don't know, this could just be an asset in a game, or it could be a ticket to an event.
Mm-hmm. Stoney, what do you think about the term utility?
I mean, like you're saying, it's a buzzword, and sometimes I think people over want some crazy utility. Like you're saying, Dan, like, they want it to be like something where, they're going to invest $5 and it's going to be a $5,000 return, like, and instantly, like,
Yeah.
So I think utility can be, I think good utility definitely is awesome, but I think sometimes people put maybe too much merit on utility. I don't know.
I mean, I think it could also just be like we talked with Rustam last week, who does 3D collectibles, and it's like, oh, I bought this because it's not only I'm part of the community, but they gave me a VRM that I can use as like a digital wearable. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's pretty cool. Like it's your avatar for a virtual world.
I think it's a unique experience. Like, what does utility mean to you?
To you, yeah.
For a 3D creator, it's like, what kind of assets does this thing unlock for me?
Yeah, I think people, to your point, Stoney, like people narrowly think about it like, well, I bought this for $100 and now it should be 10,000. It's like, no, there's so many, benefits of different things you can do with NFTs or whatever it might be. So even tokens to some extent, like, not everything's just like a number go up type thing,
So let's get to the real juicy part of this conversation. Stoney, you have a drop coming up.
I do. I'm super excited. As you know, I've been wanting to do a generative drop for a long time, and I've worked on this. Is actually the third one that I've done the art for, and the first two never came to fruition because of having too many other team members and me kind of just being the artist and the bear market hitting and all kinds of things, so I've done all the art for two that never seen the light of day. So when I first got into NFTs, like, I was like, this is the coolest thing. Like, I explained to people who maybe don't get it, like, it's like a Mr. Potato Head where you have a bunch of traits that all go together. You could, change Mr. Potato Head to look like 10 different dudes or 20 different dudes or whatever. So I don't know, the whole thing, right when I seen it, I just thought it was like the most cool thing in the world. And especially to have it like auto-generated and like have all these like just random, traits put together and just form some character. So yeah, it's been a long time coming for me to drop a collection for sure.
So can you give a little bit of the backstory behind Graph Kids?
I mean, Graph Kids it's kind of the character's based on one of the show apps that I dropped at True. So you have the prototype to Graph Kids in your wallet already. I forget, Roots found which one, so I announced it in Decentraland the other day, and he went and did some research. I can't remember what number it is, but
oh, I'm gonna find it now.
But yeah, it's kind of a culmination of everything that I love, and like just my vibe and my style and things that I like in pop culture. And it's got a lot of music references and 420 references, and obviously street art stuff, influence, and also cool throwbacks to NFT projects that I really like, and cool traits that I like, and not just from one chain, from all over the place, just different projects that I've been involved in and that I like. I tried to put a little bit of just myself into it and everything that I love, really.
Besides like the graffiti aspect of it, is there any like other artists you take inspiration from? It could be NFT artists or just general artists.
There it is. Shelley found it. Yeah, I mean, it's more just the movement, I think, that I really take inspiration from. There's a YouTuber named 1000 who's been a big influence, not necessarily like on my style, but just like as somebody who overcame and found his way and just continued to show up every day and create, and he's also a musician, and I don't know, I've always really resonated with him. So he's been just an inspiration, mostly just to keep pushing and doing my thing. And Obey was a big influence on me early on to get into stencils. So, and even toys, like I'm really into collecting designer toys and stuff. So that whole like culture, and also posters, like music, flyers, and that whole type of scene has always influenced me, I think, greatly.
So, regarding projects, what defines success to you? Like, what makes a project successful?
I mean, definitely being able to resonate with the community that you've um, that's rallied around your art and your project. If you can really get the community to like be proud of rocking your art as a PFP, or want the NFT on a shirt, and I think Bored Apes and even a Kid Called Beast and a lot of these projects where you see these people like that are just super diehard for that project. I think that's like the ultimate goal as a NFT creator, to just build a community that really rallies around the project in a whole.
So let's talk a little bit about Graph Kids specifically. You're dropping on Ape Chain. What made you decide to go with that ecosystem?
It's an emerging chain that's like it's got low gas for one, and it's got a super tight knit, high energy, like creator focused community. And there's been some really awesome projects that I've been involved in, and then so I met some cool people. I got to big up the guy who's been helping me a lot, Bronjus. He's an amazing community member in the Ape Chain ecosystem, and he's without him, honestly, I wouldn't even be doing this, I don't think, right now. So he's helped me navigate and really embrace.
Yeah, that's awesome. I see a lot of collections dropping over here with your
so Blever, that's another reason is I really like Blever as a launchpad. They've been doing amazing things with really cool projects. I believe it's only Ape Chain and Abstract that can launch through them right now, but yeah, it's a great site and place to collect cool stuff. There's been, like I said, some amazing artists on there.
Yeah, this is
I'm
really
psyched
cool.
for those little guys right there. Those things look super cool to me.
These do look great. So for anybody new, Ape Chain is an EVM chain, so it's an Ethereum layer 2. Regarding wallets that they need to connect, I saw MetaMask does have Ape Chain enabled. What wallet do you have, like a preferred wallet that you use for this?
Any of them will work, really. I believe any Ethereum, any wallet that you can have Ethereum on. But I was always a diehard MetaMask guy, coming from Decentraland. I don't know, everybody was using that, but honestly, I've been really loving Phantom Wallet and even the Magic Eden's wallet. So either I would suggest either of those, probably, if you're relatively getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Phantom's cool because, well, MetaMask just launched Solana on it too last month, I believe it was. Really.
Mm-hmm.
But Phantom's cool because you can have a BTC on there, you can have Solana, and
Yeah, the tastycrypto wallet also has the Ethereum and Bitcoin and Solana, but we do not have Ape Chain yet, with a big capital yet. So we'll talk to the devs and get that one in there.
OpenSea just incorporated Ape Chain, I believe, like in the last month or so also. So Ape Chain is definitely up and coming, and like I said, the community is super strong behind it. So
I'm seeing a lot more activity there, but also on Abstract. So I feel like those, if we're gonna see like a big resurgence of NFTs and kind of maybe like what we know is NFT hype, I think it's gonna happen on Abstract and Ape Chain. I think for one, Ape Chain, the Ape DAO, whatever, Yuga is backing more creators there, and then obviously Abstract, which is like Pudgy Penguin. They have like a creator program where they are incentivizing people to create there. So I do think like those two chains, as far as like NFTs or maybe a resurgence of NFT launches, will happen on one of those two chains.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely. I'm hype on both those chains for sure. I've been live streaming over on Abstract. The Abstract portal is really cool. They got they got the live streaming, and you can collect badges and earn XP, and they got a lot of cool stuff going on over on Abstract also, for sure.
That's awesome. Oh, Squapes. Guys, what is this? This is going to be a free mint on Ape Chain. So
yeah, there's some cool free mints. Like they just the Gwapes. So GWAPS, I think I'm spelling that right. That was a free mint, and those things are really freaking awesome. These 3D little ape dudes. There's every couple of weeks there's a really awesome free mint over here on Blever. Blever's definitely a place to check in from time to time and see what's going on.
yeah, interesting. And so your project is scheduled to drop on the 28th, is that right?
Correct.
So next Saturday?
Yeah, and I can't remember the exact time. I believe it's like 11 a.m. PST.
Okay.
But
Grapes.
oh, you found them.
So, let's see. Everybody, look alive. Coming soon. Graph Kids. I am so ready to mint a whole bunch of these. I loaded up my wallet with Ape, and what are they, 9 Ape a piece?
9 Ape, yeah. That's the other reason that I like Ape right now is, you can get some cool projects for a relatively low entry point, which I think is super cool. It's fun to collect stuff and do stuff, and you don't always want to drop freaking half an ETH on a mint or something.
Yeah, what is Ape right now?
It's probably like 60 or 70 cents. I don't know. It's been hovering around there for the last month or so. I haven't checked in a week or so.
Yeah, I
62 cents.
62 cents. I got it at like 60. So I got in low.
Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna make that 9 Ape stretch.
Yeah.
What have you, like, how have you been marketing this, or are you not? Is it just kind of like through your personal socials? Are you partnering with anyone? Like, do you have a community Discord, or like, are you just kind of like, I just want to launch this?
Discord. A lot of these projects, specifically on Ape and on Blever here, have been doing more like Twitter groups instead of Discords. Like, so I'll definitely start one of those after mint. And I didn't do a dedicated X page to it. Like, I just used my own page because I'm the founder and the artist, and I'm doxxed. Like, I just felt like, and like I was saying, this is like a culmination of everything I've been doing in the space. So it just felt right to do it on my own page. And as far as marketing goes, like I was saying, the guy who's been helping me out, and my only really team member at the time, Brongus, he's super connected, and he's helped launch a bunch of other projects and stuff. So he's been guiding me, and so we've been doing a bunch of collabs. We got over 100 collabs with different projects who are giving out, a whitelist for the project and tweeting and promoting, helping promote it, which is the other reason, like I said, I wanted to go with Ape Chain, because all the different creators and projects are just lifting the whole ecosystem up at once and helping each other out. And we did a bunch of honoraries for some of the bigger and more dudes who show up constantly and are really pushing the chain. So we did, I think we're up to like 13 or 14 honoraries right now, and those have been getting good traction, and the people we did them for have been loving it, and they've been posting it, and that's been bringing a lot of eyes to the project. And I've also been going, Ape Chain has a bunch of spaces that run daily, like weekly. So I've just been showing up to the spaces and just involving myself in the community, even if I'm not necessarily talking about the project, or if it comes up, or if we're just talking about whatever, just really, trying to organically be part of the whole ecosystem, which I've been doing before even this project, just because I've been loving a lot of the projects on here and the community in general. So
Love that. Everybody in the chat, are you awake? Are you looking alive? We got to know. Follow at Stoney_I on X. Let's get him 5 more followers to make it a nice 7,800. And retweet our pinned tweet, because on the 28th, I'm going to be minting a lot of these graph kits.
And you can too, because we're giving away whitelist to this, right?
Are we?
Or
Dan, what are we doing?
I thought
I'll give some away. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah?
down. I'm down.
I'm going to mint
Give
a
me-
bunch, and I'm going to
Give me
give
some
away.
wallets, and
Okay.
I'll put you guys.
We'll
on
get
the
you on that.
guaranteed list for sure.
We'll get you on that allow list, and I'm going to be personally giving away some of the ones I mint.
Okay.
So definitely follow at Stoney_I, and then go to the Tasty Crypto X account and retweet the pinned tweet. It's the link to this live stream. And from here, I will pick, let's say, 5 winners. And we'll do this at the end of the show, but I'll pick 5 from here, and you'll all get a free graph kit from me.
Amazing.
From me.
From Shelley.
That's right. And then for Stoney's allow list, we will use our beautiful giveaway wheel. So make sure you're active in the chat on YouTube and X or X to get your name on this wheel. So back to the project. And since we were talking about utility, do you have plans to add utility outside of the amazing artwork?
Yeah, so the utility is the main utility, and what I'm super hype on, and what I've been has been my vision from the beginning of what I want to do with a project, especially something like this, is, as you know, Shelley, you've seen some of my original art. So there's going to be, I believe, 4 ways as of right now, and I'm messing with some other ideas, but basically there's 10 101s in the collection, which are super cool. And out of those people, the 10 holders of those, I'm going to do a raffle, and 2 of those holders will get a physical stencil artwork done by me of any NFT that they hold from any project. So if they're an ape holder or a kid called Beast, or whatever it might be, you can get original physical graffiti style stencil done by me and sent out. And then
That's cool as
also
hell.
we're gonna do that for the top minter and probably the person who like gets the most on the secondary market, something like that. And then also, so the other 8 people who don't get that from the raffle of the 101 holders is going to get a custom digital graffiti piece minted and given to them of their name. And then I'll also do that as a GLB 3D file and give that to them, so they'll be able to put it up in any metaverse of their choice, or use with their other 3D assets, which a lot of projects are 3D based. When you buy the project and you get the NFT, you get a 3D file. So if people are getting into rendering, like beasts, and there's a project called Dojo Kids on Ape, which are really cool, that you get 3D files with, and I don't know, a bunch of them. So those are kind of the main 2 that I'm super hype on. Like I said, I'll probably think of some other ways to get maybe some other physical art to some people. And then also we'll be doing raffles for other cool blue chip ape projects. There'll be ways for you to get some of that. And we got a couple other things we're working on, so we'll be making some announcements here in the next day or 2.
That is super, super exciting. And now I'm even more frenzied. I need more ape. Yeah, that's awesome. Where do you buy your ape?
So I've been using, so Ape Chain has their own. If you go to, damn, I don't know. I can't think if it's ApeChain XYZ or ApeChain.com or ApeChain. If you go to the main ApeChain site, they have a conversion thing, which is, I believe, relay.link. I believe it's the same one. So I've been using relay.link to bridge and swap, and relay.link is super cool. You can connect 2 wallets, and so you could, like, if you have 2 wallets, you can take Solana from one wallet and bridge and swap it directly to Ape on ApeChain with one move and super low gas. So you can bridge and swap any token to anything really fast on relay.link. But make sure it's ApeChain or ApeCoin on ApeChain, because there is ApeCoin on Ethereum, and that's a different token. Mm-hmm. So that's the other thing. Yeah, so I believe that right there. Which see, relay bridge. So it's the same as going to relay.link.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I don't know. So that's what I do.
So you could take any token that you've got in your wallet and move it
from
over.
any chain.
Yeah, to ApeChain on Ape. That's what you
and even
do.
2 different wallets. You could have something on. You could have some USDC on Polygon and swap it on your MetaMask and swap it to ApeCoin on ApeChain to your Phantom wallet, like all in one move.
Wow.
And with super low gas, which
we have come so far in this space.
I remember that being really confusing for me at first, like in Decentraland, trying to get
mana,
Polygon mana, like for my I remember wasting so much gas when ETH was crazy, like doing stuff I didn't even have to do, like swapping this to this before I bridged, and then I don't know. Like you said, we've come far.
Yeah. We've survived the gas wars, and now things, thanks to us, it'll be easier. We're paving the way. So, folks, if you're interested, and if you have any questions, you can jump in our Discord, the Tasty Crypto Discord, and we can help answer a lot of these questions as well. We're happy to help you bridge or get your stuff over. So just a quick nod to this. This is called a show app, which is a proof of attendance to a digital show. So Stoney played in the True Band Room, which was managed by me in Decentraland for MoFi Mondays. Hundreds of shows. There was a lot.
Yeah.
Many years of consistency going on in there. And so for every show, Stoney was making an original artwork to drop as the token. And so
how many people did you get in there? Like, what was your most well-attended one?
Most well-attended? A few hundred, maybe?
A few hundred.
Yeah. But that's a Decentraland
which is good for
too.
Decentraland. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can only cram 100 per island, so then it would create another island, and you'd have people in different realms. So you can't see them all at the same time. You see whoever's on the same island, but then there's other instances of the same thing happening. But, good times in DCL. But so this is the guy who inspired this collection. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Very, very cool.
I know. It's a trip.
What's the date on this? December 4th, 2023.
Yeah, the blockhead guy. I used to do a circle head guy when I was young. That was like my graffiti. I've always really been into characters with the pieces. Like I've always loved that. Like when artists do like the character with their graffiti piece. But anyway, I used to do a circle head guy for years, and then I got into these like blockhead robots that I was doing for years. So this is kind of like it's just a natural progression. This dude's.
Love that. Love that.
Do any normies ever ask you about like NFTs or crypto, and like what do you describe, or like what do you tell them when they ask?
I mean, it's definitely not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, I tell them we're like, you know, we're the next phase of the internet. You know, we're freaking cowboys in the wild west. We're punk rockers. We're like But I digital ownership, which I think is hard for people to wrap their heads around, which I don't understand, because nobody even carries cash anymore. They're carrying around a freaking card, which is just digital representation of the money that they hold in a bank. So everyone's
Right.
already like slowly transitioning, and they don't even know it. It's a hard one though. It definitely is. I get that a lot, and people just look at you sideways.
It's a good angle, though. The digital ownership narrative of like, you have proof of ownership of things that, are in the airwaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the digital ownership thing is key. Like, I also do generally think it's probably a generation thing. Like, I think our generation and below are very familiar with, like, oh, well, I bought a skin on a video game once, or I bought this, subscription for a music app, or I put my music on SoundCloud, and I should be able to own the royalties or what I created, right? And, like, it's not generally like that, I don't think. I think, a lot of these platforms, they will give you very small residuals of your work, right? Like, I think any creator can understand that. And once you experience it, right? Like, once somebody kind of gives you an NFT or gives you $10 in Bitcoin, whatever it might be, then it kind of prompts you to maybe go deeper. Or, if you're a creator, someone showing you how to launch an NFT or something, I think that begins to make more sense, as opposed to, maybe like an older generation that doesn't, they grew up with banks, they grew up with credit cards, like that's what they know. Wires taking 25 days to get somewhere is like, oh, okay. But, this truly is commerce at the speed of the internet, I think. Not even commerce, but just it's native to the internet, and really it wasn't always like that. Yeah. So a lot of gaming culture, I think I see in crypto.
I think those were the first ones, because like you said, they're used to buying skins or buying something, and they understand that a digital asset can hold just as much value, in the sense of, like, you could flex it just like you flex some unique Supreme drop or some physical thing, you can. So I think those people are the first ones to really get it.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if you were a gamer, but I remember like buying RuneScape skins on marketplaces off of the platform, like actually paying on eBay for. There was like underground markets for digital good, like NFTs before NFTs were even a thing, before crypto was even a thing, in these like online games. And I see a lot of gaming culture in crypto. I see a lot of kind of overlap there. So I tend to think that that's where the user base comes from, especially once we get better mobile applications. Because like one of the things too with ApeChain, let's say, and some of these layer 2's base, mobile has become a big thing. And even last cycle, 2022, when I was doing NFTs, it's like everything was browser based.
Yeah.
So there's adoption coming from just better mobile apps, right? And one of the reasons why there isn't many more mobile apps is because the walled garden of the Play Store and the Apple Store, right? So it's like there's still some work to be done, I think, as far as adoption goes. But people younger than us, generation younger than us, they're on their phones.
Oh yeah.
So like
that is for sure. I mean, there's a whole generation that almost aren't even interested in a computer because their phones are so powerful.
Right.
So there's a huge market that can only be tapped into if whatever you're trying to do is also mobile.
Yeah.
Gary just said it's copyright without lawyers and government.
Question mark? Yeah, I mean it's digital property rights, right? Like,
the underlying smart contract contains all the nitty gritty details. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think IP is becoming a huge. There's like IP chains launching. I haven't dug into them, but Story Protocol is one if you want to look into it. Sonium Space. There's just like a ton of chains that are geared for IP, right? Like clearly defined IP.
As an artist, it's super powerful because it's the first time that you're able to get royalties off of art. Musicians have always been able to do it, but like as an artist, you know, say you are an up and coming artist and you sell a piece in a coffee shop for $200, and 10 years later your pieces are worth millions of dollars. That person who resells your piece makes a gang of money, but you don't make anything off of that sale. You know, as an NFT artist, you get a percentage. If you write it into the smart contract, you can get a percentage of your art for infinitely, which is amazing. I think, you know, that's a super powerful tool that artists have never had before without the blockchain. So
yeah, passive income opportunity for life, and generational even if you have it
exactly
passed on accordingly.
I got a quick question for you. What is a grail piece that you want? Like, is it a CryptoPunk? Is it a autoglyph? Is it, you know, what's something? Yeah,
I would probably have to go with CryptoPunk, being a punk rocker, and you know, I mean, I would love to have an ape also. I think, you know, that's probably another grail piece. I don't know. You know, even some of these smaller collections, just some of these really dope, like unique one of ones would be amazing. Someday I'm gonna hit a 101. For whatever reason, my luck hasn't come, but I know when it comes, it's going to be the right project and the right time. Like, I'm putting it out there.
Providence. Yep.
Yeah.
That's real NFT trench talk there.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in on the mint and you're like, I got to get a one of one.
I got to get a 101.
That's funny. Let's run some giveaways to keep this chat going. If you haven't said anything in chat, look alive, friends. Get in here. Type something in YouTube chat or on the X stream. Make sure you're commenting on the X stream itself, not the tweet, so that it'll show up on our beautiful giveaway wheel here. I'm going to refresh one more time. And what are we giving away? Is this for an allow list spot?
Let's do allow list spot.
All right. We'll also throw in a $1
USDC. Yep,
and
always.
we can teach you how to bridge it over to Ape Chain if you so desire. How many allow list spots do you want to give out, Stoney? Jacob Anthony is the first.
I don't know. What should we do? Should we do
5? 5
sounds good.
Yeah.
5? All right, 4 more, guys. Jacob Anthony was our first winner. Congrats.
Nice.
Dan is online. That's you.
Okay, I can't win.
Respin.
But I do want a whitelist, so I will send you my address.
You're
I'll pay for it too, actually.
You're automatically grandfathered in.
Jose, let's go. Congrats, Jose. Man, I got that one of one itch. Crypto Priest, let's go. I'm excited.
I know. I just minted that Iconito. I think I'm saying it right on Sol.
Oh, okay.
And I was hoping they revealed them last night as surprise reveals, and I didn't get my 101 or my headphones I wanted, but I got some bangers still. So. Dang, my camera just died on us. What happened?
Oh no. Carlos Xavier, congrats. All right, so far we've got one more to go. We've got Jacob Anthony, Jose, Crypto Priest, and Carlos Xavier all receiving 1 USDC plus an allow list on Stoney's upcoming mint. And we'll do one more, and then we'll take it to some fun, quick questions. Gary, let's go. This is a good group. You just got a good five people to add.
Those are our OG viewers. Yeah,
that worked out well. Not that we don't love everyone. So let's see. I gotta get my act together here. Bing, bing. We are going to jump into some quick. I'm spinning again. That was not intentional. Next slide. All right. Quick questions, friends. What is utility in the context of NFTs? Answer in the chat with a 1 and then the letter of your answer. A measure of blockchain speed is 1A. 1B, a trait that makes an NFT rarer. 1C, a function or benefit the NFT unlocks. 1D, a token that powers smart contracts. What is utility? Where are you paying attention?
Are you guys paying attention?
Yep. Excuse me. Alana Rupin was the first one to answer correctly, although these answers are not populating. This is like such a cool tool, this Stream Alive, but the answers don't come in as fast as I would want them to. And if I reset the results, I run the risk of losing it all or getting it. It's so strange. So, all right, friends, the correct answer is 1C, a function or benefit the NFT unlocks. That is what utility is in NFTs. Next question. Which best describes Stoney Eye's Graph Kids collection? 2A, a generative 10K pixel PFP drop. 2B, a limited art music hybrid drop with deeper cultural meaning. 2C, a DAO-based staking game. Or 2D, airdropped meme avatars. Who was paying attention? Yeah, and I see the answers coming in quick. All right. Let's see. CPI Sonia was the first to answer correctly. Well done. It was 2B, a limited art music hybrid drop with deeper cultural meaning. Graph Kids. What platform did Stoney Eye previously build virtual galleries in? We didn't really go into this too much, but 3A for Decentraland, 3B for Sandbox, 3C for OpenSea, or 3D for Blur. And I haven't been in Decentraland in a little while, but I'm told, as of last week, Rustan said that MoFi on Mondays is back at Casa Rustan. Is that correct?
Yeah. The last Monday was actually the second one. I've been wanting to. I took some time off, like you were saying. Why does my camera keep dying? I took some time off when you guys left because I was heartbroken, and why my camera keeps dying? There it is. Because I was heartbroken, and I was like, damn, my homies left me.
Oh.
But no, it was good. Like you were saying, I ran it. I did parcel parties for like a year straight before I did it with you guys. I don't know. I ran a weekly show for years straight, so it was kind of cool to take some time off and not have something that I'm committed to weekly. But then I started missing just playing the cool songs that drop that week that I love, because that's what I always do. Like whatever dope songs drop that week, I get to DJ, and I miss playing my guitar. And then me and Rustan did that live art show thing together a few weeks back, and we got to talking, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. So yeah, it's back.
Love that. Love that.
Are you doing anything in Hyperfi?
I haven't done anything in a while, and I need to get in there for sure. I would love to do something in there again very soon, and I've been keeping my fingers also crossed for Nifty to somehow implement live streaming in there, because I would love to do some stuff in there also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if live streaming can go to Nifty Island, that would be huge. So the previous correct answer was Decentraland, and Beloved Summer was the first to answer correctly. For this one, Stoney Eye's new NFT drop will land on which chain? 4A for Ethereum, 4B for ApeChain, 4C for Solana, 4D for Polygon. And let me see. I'm doing timestamps. And we're going to give you something for the first to answer correctly, but we're not doing this for the big prizes only because I know it's not fair with the latency. I think it was MetaTiger who was like, yo, people are answering in chat before I've even seen the question. So we are aware that there's a delay depending on where you're located.
That's why even in Decentraland, I used to do the shout out giveaways on the microphone, and I realized it wasn't fair because certain people have latency, but that's why I would type it in the chat. That's like kind of a way around it. If you guys had a chat, you could type it in.
Right. It's tough.
I don't know why my camera keeps turning off. I don't know.
Correct answer here is 4B for ApeChain. Beloved Summer came in again with the correct answer. Last question. What's one of the best ways to support Web3 artists for free? 5A, share their work on social media. 5B, join and engage in their community. 5C, leave comments or react to their posts. Or 5D, all of the above. Everybody needs to do all of these things. Come on, y'all. This was like a trick. Who got it first, I think? Let's see.
Yeah, definitely. All that stuff helps hugely, for sure.
Crypto Priest was the first to get it correct. It's all of it, y'all. All of it. Get on it. That is the name of the game. If you support... It's so easy. It's free. Takes no time. Or very little time, no money, just retweet their stuff.
You're usually already scrolling, so when you're scrolling, just
hit that like button.
Extra split second to give a heart.
Give a heart, give a follow, give a comment. Comments are the biggest one lately on these platform algorithms. Like, likes go so far, but man, if you just leave a nice comment, like, this is dope, this is cool, keep up the good work. It's a free way to support. So we are running out of time, or maybe we're kind of out of time, but I wanted to ask you, let's see. Just really quickly, what does the secondary market for Graph Kits look like? Will it be on Belever?
It'll be mostly, especially with ApeChain, most people are using Magic Eden right now, but they'll be on OpenSea and a handful of the other ones, but I would say Magic Eden is kind of, especially with Solana and ApeChain and Abstract, has kind of been taking the lead for the secondary market for sure.
Okay. Everyone, let's see. If you haven't, retweet our pinned tweet on tastycrypto and follow Stoney Eye. It's Stoney with an EY _I, EYE. And I will run the Twitter picker. Should we do it live on air, or should I just record it and tweet it later because we're out of time?
Let's do it right now.
Do it right now?
Yeah.
Run it.
It's been renamed. What is it? It's like X Picker. Make it as the X Picker. When I tried to do it on retweet picker. Please go to this tweet. It's worth engaging. Later. This is going to be for retweets. They must follow. Stoney Eye and Tasty Crypto.
Press enter after each. So.
Oh, thank you. Dan's paying attention. Good? Okay. Winner count. Should we do all 5 at once?
Yeah.
Alright. All right, you guys, this is happening. If you haven't already retweeted, get over there quickly and retweet. I'm doing it right. Let's refresh. We got a couple more.
26, yeah.
Now. Ruvanchi, Carl, I think that might be Carlos Xavier, Biboyne, Mac, and Shaggy. Let's go. Congrats.
Congrats, everyone.
Congrats, everyone. You will be receiving. So, I need your wallet addresses. If I think I, at first glance, might have all those on file, but I will be sending you your very own Graph Kid from whatever I mint on the 28th, so you won't get your prize until after the 28th. But I will make sure I have all that written down, and we will send those prizes out. What else am I forgetting?
Nothing.
Nothing? Stoney, where can everybody find you outside of X?
That's the main thing. I have my Stoney Eye live dubs on YouTube if you want to see me do some live dub remixing. Instagram I'm not super active on, but Stoney Eye Studios on Instagram, you can see more of my music production and behind the scenes of that type of thing. So either of those.
Are you shout out to Lake Dub too.
Lake Dub.
See, my face is over you on my stream, so I just seen the Long Beach right now. I can only see Dan basically this whole time, but
oh, that's funny. So
shout out to Lake Dub for sure.
Shout out to Lake Dub. Tell everybody what Lake Dub is. You're the producer and sometimes guitar player.
Yeah. Lake Dub is an amazing local band from Long Beach here who are up and coming and doing their thing, and I produce all their stuff and sometimes play guitar for them. Me and the guitar player, second singer, have been doing a lot of really cool things. Blind Man Drew, he's kind of launching his solo project. We're dropping our first song on July 4th, so check out Blind Man Drew. We got some really cool stuff coming, so yeah.
Love that. What other Web 2 music are you working on, if any?
Ellie Mack. I've been doing some really cool stuff with Ellie Mack. She's a pretty big artist out of Hawaii. And let's see, my good friend Koa, who's another big artist out of Hawaii. We've been doing a bunch of stuff. He's over in Japan right now getting some vinyl made of some stuff that we did, so I'm super excited for that. And then I don't know, Miss Lion Child and I don't know, a gang of people here and there for sure.
Love that. Love that. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Stoney. You got up early for us. That is no small feat.
Graph Kids, June 28th on Ape Chain. Follow Stoney Eye Studios. Hit us up in Discord. We're going to give away we're giving away the whitelist. We have your winners down. Thank you, Stoney. Appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you guys having me so much. It's a blessing to be here, and what you guys are doing is amazing. So I'm super hyped to be even a little part of it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you back on. Definitely more work to be done because obviously we love what you did with the backgrounds, and we're going to be doing more NFT stuff, I think.
Yep.
So excited for the drop, and we'll talk to you.
Awesome. Have a great one, you guys.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Peace.